Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Bastion. Last time we tried to do a couple things. We tried to do the third dream, didn't really pull it off. And we tried to do the last proving ground, and we really didn't pull that off. So we gave up on those, and now all we have is what almost certainly has to be the final level of the game. We're about to beat the game, but before we get into this level, let me ask you to whitelist me or turn off any ad blockers. Help me make a career. Let's see what Zulf has been detected. He bides his time within the remains of Ur's massive underground sprawl. Let's see what Rex has to say about this area, the Tazwell Terminals.
The Tazwell Terminals. All that's left of the Ur civilization. And the last stop on his little journey.
Once you enter this area, there is no turning back. Are you ready? I have to applaud the game for actually putting this screen in here. For we have been so concerned, or I have been so concerned since this level, that I was going to accidentally run into the final level and not be able to do some of the proving grounds. And it turns out I didn't have to worry about any of that at all. The problem here is I've just not played this game in a couple of years. I don't remember the story. I don't remember when the end comes. We are ready to go though. Let's do this.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away.
So could he telepathically hear me?
But he'll be alright.
We're still trying to get this final vigil, which we
just needs to get that shard from Zulf and come on home.
Trying to do 10 damage.
The Calamity hit the Tazwell Terminals hardest of all.
Oh, I hit these guys. Oh,
no chance anything survived.
Going the right direction? Still having this problem. Just not sure if I'm going the right direction or not. I guess I was.
You know why Zulf went back there. The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the Calamity. Zulf must be there all alone, just waiting.
So my burning effect on my wax is actually helping me recover life. So Zulf, he thinks Zulf is all alone. Well, if he's all alone, then who am I fighting?
You know what's funny?
Ghosts?
Well,
I don't think much is funny right now. I think this is just sad.
all of us are waiting for a kid.
poison shot.
Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
Oh, got rid of that one. Let's try this. That probably was a waste.
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this.
So Rux has been telling it to Zia the whole time.
There's something I want you to understand. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete.
So, what's that got to do with anything? What's that gonna do?
This disease the Earth planted here will go away. What happens to Zulf will no longer matter.
It will no longer matter? How can it not matter? Oh, finally we leveled up. Good. Surprised a little bit about that.
Zealandia will be whole again.
Ow. You keep saying this, I don't believe it. I think you might be lying.
Everything will be back to normal.
Oh yeah, everything will be back to normal. How?
Everyone will be alright.
What are you talking about, Rux? Are you just lying to the girl? I have to assume he is. Everyone's dead. We've seen it.
Problem is, we'll all be gone.
Zulf returned to the Tazwell terminals to await for the fall.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
Stop. I think he's gone crazy.
Things will go back to the way they used to be.
Well, they kind of sucked when they went the way it used to be, but I guess it's better than what it is right now.
This whole place is a living record of the times before the Calamity.
Okay, what does that mean?
Come on, keep your chin up.
Yeah, dying right in the middle of the boss battle, real fun. Particularly when he's narrating over it, and that's just about the worst time to die. It's an argument for cutscenes. Hopscotch. Press A to hop. Oh sweet, I can jump now. That is crazy. This whole game we haven't been able to jump, now we can jump.
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way.
This is also such a different new game mechanic right at the end. Just jump, why not? Jump around. Oh, I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a lot more than I probably should.
All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
What is he saying? The Bastion's gonna fix everything, change time. How? We've seen this magical ship
No
create.
mistakes.
Is he recreating it just like the Lost and Found has recreated all kinds of all that stuff? I guess that would make sense.
Anyone you've ever heard. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree?
Kinda. Are you gonna learn anything? Are you gonna do anything different?
Well,
Is this the end?
I guess there's nothing more to say.
This guy is tough.
Who am I kidding?
And that... I barely survived that. Am I supposed to jump across these things? Am I supposed to jump down?
Look. There's something else. A confession.
Yeah, it's about time you start fessing up. Up at the top.
How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it.
Oh, he doesn't know if it's gonna work. But it does seem to be some kind of
So you're probably wondering if the Calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
Is it a resetting the universe or is it going back in time? It might just be rewriting the universe to a previous save, as it were. That would make more sense.
The answer is... I don't know.
Documented. Okay.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Well, we have to believe what Rex is saying. If he can reset the timeline, give Calamity a second chance to not activate this weapon, Celadon, or however it's pronounced. Give them a second chance.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
We have to risk it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get over there. I don't think it matters much yet, anyways. You don't get any XP when you get the brown tonic bottles, really. You do get XP if you get the health bottles. Is the pith here going to attack me? A battering ram?
The weight of the Calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
Sweet, look at this. Ooh. So I'm using the battering ram for both weapons.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Okay. I can't. Wow, I just knocked those guys out with one strike. What a weapon.
Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
It's an interesting choice.
You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
But saving a few versus the chance of saving what could be hundreds if not thousands of people, probably thousands if not millions, it's not much of a choice.
Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall.
Do they know what it does, or do they just see it? I don't think they know what it does. I think they see this just a symbol.
Zolf dedicated his life to lasting peace between the Ura and Caelandia.
The last bit of Calandria they'd like to see destroyed for their treachery, voidness.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out.
Oh, you can't defend.
Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
Is this Zolf?
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zulf all the way home.
I am pretty much acting as an invader here. And I've killed or knocked out at least a lot of their guys. They attacked first, but I've continued the aggression for sure. It seems like they're mad at him. They're beating up on him. So now I have a choice. I can either move on, abandon Zulf's body and press forward with the battering ram. Zulf's situation is hopeless and a distraction. He plans to avenge the Ura, only brought him more suffering. All that matters is the safe return of the Shroud. Or I can take Zulf, abandon the battering ram, which is a super powerful weapon, and pick up Zulf's body instead. Zulf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him in their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet. Well, decisions. I'm going to use the Bastion to reset time. So there's no point in saving Zulf here right now. As silly as it sounds, there's just no point. We'll leave his body and get the shard home and save thousands, maybe millions of people. Let's move on.
Kid saves Zulf once, but I don't think he'd make the same mistake. I wouldn't. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
And, oh, by the way, my health is gone, and my tonics are not being shown. So I think my health is still here. It's just not showing it. Everything to beat me. Is this the last of their society? Or do they have more of those guys? Is this just their military, or am I literally killing the last Ura as I see him? It's better work, Rex. We're putting all our faith in you. In this going back in time. Bastion. Better work. I'm literally killing people to save them.
Kid's probably dealt with Zulf by now.
To the Skyway, back.
He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Do this.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk.
Let's do this. bring back our little squirt friend. Let's bring back our little pecker bird friend. Let's bring them all back. Save
The
everything.
Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid.
Ask about the Bastion's restorative power. What will it feel like when the Bastion fixes everything?
You can undo the Calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
Ask about the Bastion's evacuation mode. If I could go anywhere, would you go back or somewhere else?
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
Motherland. Tell Rux what happened to Zulf. He never learned the whole truth, did he?
Zulf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
Offer the Marshal's bag. At the end of their careers, the Marshals used to return their badges to the city. Talk about what it took to get to this point. The Wield bags, the Beast, the Wild, the Ura. They fought so hard to stop this moment.
Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
I hope. I've done some pretty awful things. I've killed a lot of things.
You made it.
Oh, wait a minute. She just got voiced. Zia's talking. Ask Zia about the Bastion's restorative power. Do you think this is going to work? What do you think I should do?
So, let's see. You can either prevent the Calamity, or stick around with me and Rux. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
Well, I'd love to stick around. There's a bigger issue at stake. The number of lives. Ask Zia about the Bastion's evacuation. If you could go anywhere you wanted, where would you go?
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
Tells Zia about what happened to Zulf. His own people turned on when his plan to destroy the Bastion faltered.
Zulf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
Tells Zia about other people. They were very brave, but there was nothing left for them but their revenge.
When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up.
Talk to Zia about her harp guitar. Isn't there some moment in your life you wish you could go back to?
Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the Calamity, not before.
I understand Zia's sentiment. I really do. It's just the number of lives. I'm pretty practical. We could save everybody. And while traveling and accepting this new world is a new adventure, I have to try. Offer the Marshal's badge. At the end of their careers, the Marshals used to return their badges to the city.
You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
So I have to choose. Now we choose. Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution: this process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or initiate evacuation. Caution: this process will cause irreparable damage to the core receptacles, disabling the restoration program. We gotta restore. It's better work, Rux. We're putting all our faith in you. We've been listening to you from this whole time during the game. We've been doing everything you've asked. All for this point. You better be right. You better not be lying. You better not be crazy. Let's do it.
It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon. No matter what happens next, you're done good. I suppose all that's left is to try and remember this moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time, before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done, and each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Ceylondia, we're coming home.
I wasn't expecting the credits to go past the first song. Well, we saw some pictures there. They were either of the time before the Calamity, or we've averted the Calamity. So no real evidence whether it worked or not. But we tried. Once again, I have to point out that it is always a horrible idea to do the end credits in YouTube presentations because the music almost always gets claimed by somebody in the end credits, which stinks horribly because that is the most impactful, most important part often of the game is the wrapping up of the story in the credits. Not always, sometimes the credits are just nothing. But a lot of times, on a lot of the games I play, it's a crucial, vital part where if I were to not show them at all, it would be a disservice to my audience. Plus, I want to comment on the credits as much as I want to comment on the game. So, this is our first playthrough of Bastion. We're gonna do another playthrough because as you saw, there were some choices we made there. 2 choices in particular, and I want to see what happens when I make the other choices. As you can see from the credits, Supergiant Games, not a tiny company. I think they probably released a game before this, but I wouldn't particularly know what it was. This was very polished if this was one of their early releases. Had a few issues, but not a lot. Thank you for playing. New game plus mode unlocked. Great news. Great news. I'd say about 75% sure there was a new game plus mode, but I wasn't 100% sure. I thought we might have to do a whole new run. A whole new run from the beginning. So, what is New Game Plus mode going to unlock for us? It is going to begin the journey with all our weapons and XP, which is great. That means we'll start at level 6. Almost certainly we'll get to level 10 by the end of the game. New shrine idols and distillery spirits. So great. I'm probably going to play the whole game through with at least a few of the gods invoked, just to increase the number of fragments. All the Bastion structures are buildable in any order. Great news, because right at the beginning, what do I want? I want what would I want? I want the arsenal. I want to be able to change weapons up more. And then we can use the shrine for tougher challenges. All good news. So, next time we will start New Game Plus mode. Start new game. Otherwise, we could continue and pick up from the last time. Where is the continue gonna take us here? Just for my own interest. So we never even used the mailbox. I believe that was in Xbox Live. You could mail your friends, and nobody's mailing me. So the continue point here takes us back to before the final level, which means we could certainly go and do the final level again and see the ending just like that. But that's not the whole point. That's just a little bit of the point. And we'll play with that at the end of our next run, because there are 2 options. That means there are 4 potential endings. We've just seen one. I'll want to get... I'll want to get the arsenal first, and the next run, probably the shrine. Yeah, invoke the shrine first. That would be the right move. Invoke the shrine, get as much stuff as possible. We've also unlocked score attack mode, which, well, override our save game. I don't want to do that. Start a new game with all the structure, spirits, and idols unlocked. Play plus repeatable areas and a score system. Interesting thought. So we want to do New Game Plus first, but then we may do a score attack run too. I think that's probably the save game you want as your third run if you were to play it 3 times in a row. So you can just use that save file to do it. Now, I do believe that pinwheel is new for Bastion. Let's see. I don't think there's going to be any new options. We could make a new profile if we wanted to, but I don't know why we'd want to. Let's see, about us. Show credits, get the soundtrack. There's some good music here. A couple good songs. Definitely worth it. But that's our first run of Bastion. We're not 100% sure if the time resetting worked, if we made the right decision. Was there a right decision? We're not certain, but we're going to go through it again and try it the other way on New Game Plus mode. I want to say I hope you enjoyed this series. Going to just start releasing the second run tomorrow, or if it's a weekend, or if it's a Friday, Monday. So stay tuned for our next run. Check out my other series and click on playlist on my YouTube channel. Just click Rydo to get to my main YouTube page. From there you can subscribe. From there you can donate to fan funding. I won't mention it later. But also you can click playlists. Lots of playlists, lots of things to check out. I won't go through to spend the time to mention every single game or mention the games, but there's a playlist for every single game, and there's my Spotlights playlist where I do just a single episode covering a few games. So go check that out. Watch some more of my other playlists. If you've missed some episodes in this series, go back and watch those. I don't know why you would have missed or skipped any, but okay. And then, let's see, yeah. So I ask you to like my videos, I ask you to subscribe to my channels, comment, tell me how you feel about the ending, how you feel about the decisions I made, whether you think they're the right decisions or the wrong decisions, or if they were the right or wrong decisions made for the right or wrong reasons. All of that is welcome. Fan funding, I've talked about that already. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Steam or Battle.net or Google+, all of that information is down below. I could certainly use more people following me on Google+ and Twitter. That'll certainly help with those services, but it's much more important that you subscribe to YouTube. That's the big one. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do another run from beginning to end. I think we did a pretty good series here. We only had one episode where it was just a huge waste of time. And that's usually, usually most of my series have a lot more episodes like that. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good evening.